Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you then did receive that diagnosis of cancer, what was your reaction and approach then?
It's hard to put into words, but I suppose it's probably the lowest time of my life. Because at that time I didn't fully understand what cancer was. I'd heard about it, I knew it was a terrible disease, but I didn't know what to expect. And it was only later, when I got to know what was going to happen to me, that the real fear came. But I was terribly upset. Yeah.
So you did have further setbacks along the way, I think, but even at that initial stage, obviously it's very, very anxiety provoking. One thing that can make a difference is feeling that clinicians are on your side or somebody's on your side. It can be family members as well. And did you feel that that support was really there at the beginning?
Not really. I was quite disappointed. On reflection, I think it was terrible.
From who? From
the hospital side.
From the hospital.
I do not think there was any help in me coping with what I was going to go through, both mentally and physically.
Yeah.
The Macmillan nurse, bless her, was as helpful as she could be, but a bit vague as to my particular problem.
Yes.
And it was a general sort of, well, you may expect this, you may expect that, but there was never any real care, I would say, at that stage, which was slightly upsetting.
Would you say that their approach was more physically orientated or more business-like? Was it the fact that the emotional side was missed out, or was it more a general thing?
I think that's a good way of putting it. It was more of a business way of approaching it.
Yeah.
It was, how you can say, if you take your car into the mechanic, it would say, you need new big ends.
Yeah.
It was that sort of approach. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure everybody will know what the big ends are.
Well, big ends are in the engine at the bottom of your pistons and going up and down.
Okay, so they had basically a kind of a matter-of-fact business-like approach.
Yeah. Now, at the time, I was obviously upset by it, but I can see that why they do it that way, personally.
Which is what?
They try not to be too emotive and get too close to that person, because they've got to put themselves above that so that they can perform their jobs.
That's definitely a possibility. Also,
that's how I look upon it. I might be wrong. But
some people say that there's also a pressure to see lots of people, and sometimes clinicians get a little bit desensitized to the whole thing. For that person who's got the diagnosis, it's a key moment in their life. For the clinician, of course, they do try and recognize that, but it's one of many diagnoses that they're facing.
Exactly, yeah. So, I appreciate that. I think, though, that there should be more help for people during that time, whether it's between the biopsy and the diagnosis, or immediately after. I don't know, but there should be some immediate help in what you're going to go through.
Yeah.